The text lit up my phone between ringing up customers at my boutique. I'm done with you, Rachel. I'm moving to Seattle with my 22-year-old girlfriend. Joint accounts empty. Good luck. My hands didn't tremble as I read it. My smile didn't falter as I handed Mrs. Carter her receipt. The only hint that my husband of 15 years, Ethan, had just torched our marriage was a slight clench in my jaw. I waited until Mrs. Carter left, her purchase wrapped in our signature teal tissue, before typing back, "Enjoy Seattle." My name's Rachel Evans. I'm 40, and I just received the most heartless breakup text imaginable. But while Ethan was probably smirking over his big exit, picturing me in tears, I was locking up my boutique, the Teal Thread, for the day, already steps ahead. The signs had been glaring for months: late client dinners that didn't match his pay stubs, a sudden obsession with craft beer and tight jeans, new passwords on his phone. 6 months ago, I'd found a receipt for a rooftop bar on a night he'd sworn he was stuck at the office. That same week, I opened a private account at a new bank, transferring most of my personal savings while leaving just enough in our joint account to avoid suspicion. About 3 months' worth of deposits. Ethan's big move of emptying it? He'd taken pocket change compared to what I'd secured. I'd also started tracking his shady transactions. Bar tabs, hotel stays, a deposit for a Seattle loft. My phone buzzed again. "Don't beg. Tara and I fly out tomorrow. I'll grab my stuff later." Tara, his junior graphic designer, who'd giggled at his lame jokes at the company picnic, her hand lingering on his arm. She was young enough to think she'd won a prize. I didn't reply. Instead, I called my attorney, Lisa, who I'd consulted 3 months ago after spotting a $2,000 charge for a weekend retreat. "It's go time," I said. "He just pulled the trigger." "Papers are ready," Lisa replied. "I'll file tomorrow. Want him served in Seattle?" "Let him think he's free for now," I said, smiling. Another text from Ethan. "This must suck for you. You're not 20 anymore, but your shop will keep you busy." My shop, the Teal Thread, was a thriving boutique I'd built from nothing, out-earning Ethan's middling sales job. Its profits were safely separate thanks to my insistence on keeping business and personal finances apart, despite his whining about simplifying our accounts. He'd mocked my little hobby for years, never grasping it was my empire. That evening, I sat in my craftsman bungalow, inherited from my aunt and kept solely in my name, despite Ethan's hints to add his. Another instinct that paid off. I sipped coffee, flipping through our old photo album. Ethan looked different then, before his midlife crisis turned him into a walking cliché, sporting V-necks too tight for his dad bod, trying to vibe with his office's Gen Z crowd. My phone kept buzzing with his taunts like, "Been planning this for months. Tara gets me like you never did. You'll be fine, maybe find some old guy who likes knitting. Told my family we're done. They get it. We drifted apart." I screenshot each one, adding them to my evidence folder. His smug ha-ha about the joint account was gold for Lisa. Then came the kicker. "Use the joint card for our flights and hotel. My parting gift, LOL." Perfect. I called the credit card company. "Hi, I'm reporting fraud," I said. 2 first-class tickets to Seattle and a hotel booking at the Edgewater charged today. Also, remove my husband as an authorized user. The rep, barely hiding her glee, asked for proof. "I've got texts from him admitting he used the card for his girlfriend's trip after draining our account. Want me to send them?" She canceled the charges on the spot. Ethan and Tara would hit the airport tomorrow to find their tickets voided and their hotel reservation gone. Another text from him. "Don't stress about the house. You can stay till you find a condo or something." I laughed out loud. Did he forget the deed within my name? Then, "I know your shop's your baby. We'll split it fair." My shop, built with my sweat and savings, called a hobby while he sulked about my late nights. I poured a glass of Pinot Noir, my best bottle, and toasted to the chaos Ethan was about to face. Morning brought frantic texts from Ethan. "What you do to the card? Our flights are canceled. Hotel's gone. Answer me." I muted him and headed to the Teal Thread. Fridays were hectic with new fall sweaters to display. Life didn't stop because your husband ran off with a designer half his age. Around noon, his mom, Diane, called. "Rachel, Ethan says you've been controlling, pushing him away. Now you're sabotaging his trip?" I set her on speaker while arranging a scarf display. "Did he mention draining our account or charging his girlfriend's vacation to our card?" Silence. Well, he said you were distant, left him no choice. Diane, I've got his text bragging about it. Want me to read the one mocking my age? Another pause. He was cruel. I told him that text was wrong. I appreciate the call, but my lawyer says no contact with Ethan's family during proceedings. Proceedings? She gasped. I hung up, helping a customer pick a cashmere coat. By afternoon, Ethan's sister Kate texted friends that Ethan and Tara were stuck at a roadside motel, their Seattle plans derailed. His personal cards, maxed out months ago, were useless, another red flag I'd clocked. Lisa called. Emergency hearings Monday. His tax and fraud admit give us a strong case to freeze assets. He'll be served at the motel. I grinned, picturing Tara's Instagram stories about their epic adventure turning sour. She'd posted a selfie captioned, "New chapter, new vibes," with a jab at bitter exes. Every post was more ammo for Lisa. Ethan texted, "Think you're clever? I've got copies of your shop's records. Half's mine." I forwarded it to Lisa. Let him learn about separate assets the hard way. Over the weekend, I prepared for the hearing, organizing bank statements and receipts in my home office. The Teal Thread success had always been my lifeline, but now it felt like a fortress. I'd started it before marrying Ethan, pouring my savings and late nights into it while he called it a cute side gig. His dismissiveness had fueled my resolve to keep it separate, a decision that now felt like prophecy. On Sunday, Kate stopped by the boutique, looking uneasy. "I didn't want to believe Ethan could do this," she said, browsing a rack of dresses. "He told us you were the problem, but those texts, I'm sorry, Rachel." I nodded, ringing up a sale. "He made his choices." She hesitated. "Tara's posting about their fresh start, but they're fighting nonstop. She didn't sign up for a motel life." I shrugged. "She'll learn." Monday's emergency hearing was a masterclass in karma. Ethan showed up in skinny jeans and a blazer that screamed, "trying too hard." Tara sulking outside in leggings and a hoodie. Lisa laid out the evidence. Ethan's texts, the drained account, the fraudulent charges. His lawyer, a budget hire, stammered, "My client made impulsive choices, but Mrs. Evans has been vindictive." Lisa smirked. "Prudent, you mean. Rachel protected her assets and documented his misconduct. That's not revenge, it's strategy." The judge, a stern woman with zero patience for nonsense, eyed Ethan. "You admitted to emptying a joint account and misusing a shared card for personal travel. Do you deny it?" Ethan mumbled, "I wanted a clean break." "By committing fraud?" she shot back. "And you claim rights to a business clearly established as separate property?" His lawyer tried. "The boutique grew during the marriage," Lisa cut in. "Founded before the marriage, fully funded by Rachel, with zero marital funds, we've got receipts." The judge ruled, shared assets frozen pending final dissolution. Mr. Evans must return the withdrawn funds within 24 hours. Ethan blurted, "It's gone. We spent it." "Then find a way to repay it," the judge snapped. "This court doesn't reward financial misconduct." Outside, Tara was grilling Ethan about their ruined plans. I walked past, my heels clicking on the courthouse floor, heading back to my boutique. Over the next weeks, Ethan's desperation grew. He claimed he inspired the Teal Thread, even said he'd invested in it. My records, every invoice, every deposit, shut that down. Kate told friends Tara dumped him, unwilling to live in her tiny apartment with a broke 45-year-old. Diane called, teary. "We didn't know he took your money, mocked you. I thought I raised him better." I let it go to voicemail. Their guilt wasn't my burden. The boutique boomed, fueled by local buzz. Women flocked in, some to support, others for the drama, but they left with bags of clothes. "My ex tried the same thing," one customer said, buying a leather jacket. "Men like that never expect us to outsmart them." Ethan's text swung from rage to groveling. "You've ruined me. I didn't mean to hurt you. Your shop wouldn't exist without me." I forwarded them to Lisa, no reply. Through gossip, I heard Tara was over Ethan's big plans with no cash to back them. Her latest post was about dodging red flags. I almost pitied him.
then remembered his ha-ha and jabs about my age. 3 months post-hearing, I launched an online store for the Teal Thread, pulling in customers from across the state. Ethan, meanwhile, was spiraling. He'd tried a side hustle selling vintage beer signs online, but his listings tanked after buyers called them overpriced junk. Diane texted, "He's back at home, sleeping in his old room. He's bitter, says you planned his ruin." I didn't respond. My focus was on a new line of sustainable fabrics, a passion project I'd shelved during the marriage. A local blogger featured the boutique, calling it a beacon of resilience. Customers shared their own stories of betrayal and comeback, turning my shop into a hub for women rebuilding their lives. The final hearing came on our would-be 16th anniversary. Ethan looked deflated, his designer phase over, back in faded polos. Tara was gone, dating a barista her age. His lawyer, clearly exhausted, made a last-ditch claim about emotional contributions to my business. Lisa countered with Ethan's text calling it a hobby. The judge upheld my separate assets. I kept the house, the Teal Thread, and my savings. Ethan got his car, underwater on its loan, and his maxed-out cards. "You've destroyed me," he muttered outside. "No, Ethan," I said. "You did that yourself. I just didn't let you take me down." Diane was waiting to drive him to her place, his new home at 45. The irony was sharp. 6 months later, the Teal Thread opened a second location. While Ethan struggled, my little shop was featured in a regional style magazine. He tried dating apps. At his rep as the guy who tanked his marriage preceded him. His job took a hit too. An HR probe into his office fling cost him a promotion. Kate visited, sheepish. We believed his victim act at first, but those texts, the way he acted after that... "I'm sorry," I nodded, wringing up her scarf. "It's done." Lisa updated me. Ethan's latest petition to revisit the settlement was tossed, with him footing court costs. The judge had laughed, asking if ha-ha excused theft. A year post-divorce, I spoke at a women's entrepreneurship summit, not about betrayal, but about protecting assets. A young woman asked, "My fiancé says separate accounts are distrustful. Is that paranoid?" I smiled. My ex said the same thing, then tried to claim my business. Trust your gut. Protection isn't paranoia. The Teal Thread grew to 4 locations, employing 25 people. Ethan, I heard, rented a room above a bar, his young and heart dating profile ignored. Tara, now a regular customer, started her own graphic design gig. "You showed me what real success looks like," she said, buying a scarf, "not chasing empty promises." At my flagship store's 5-year anniversary, Diane showed up, wearing a dress from my spring line. "Ethan's stuck in the past, talking about what he could have had," she said. "He doesn't get that he didn't lose you. You outgrew him." I glanced at the framed text in my office. "Have fun with your shop. It'll keep you busy in your old age." Below it, a business award. Success wasn't just revenge. It was my reinvention. Every new location, every sale, every woman I mentored proved what Ethan missed, a woman who didn't crumble but built an empire. 2 years later, I was invited to keynote a national retail conference. My topic? Turning setbacks into success. Ethan's name never came up, but his lesson did. Underestimating a woman's strength is a costly mistake. My empire was proof.